It's been fantastic. I mean, I got to say that I'm so impressed with the teachers. They understand the importance of it, and I feel like our parents and our students see the importance of it.
And they've seen it for a couple of years now at Mountain View High School. They were a little ahead of the curve when it comes to limiting cell phone use in the classroom and on campus. But this fall, that cell phone policy went district-wide, covering all West Ada schools. And so how has it been for the newbies, the schools cracking down on the cell phone use in class this year? How has the ban been for students or for teachers 6 weeks into the school year? It was supposed to limit distractions and increase social interactions. Well, Aspen Shumpert finds out if it has.
Classrooms are now a little louder at Meridian High.
Students are talking to people that maybe they wouldn't before and forming friendships, and I think that's really cool.
Students say that's thanks to the new cell phone ban during class time. Phones need to be off and in the vault or their backpacks.
The kids know to come in and put their phone there.
Students weren't fans of the ban at first.
My initial thought was, why couldn't this wait one more year until after I graduate?
And teachers prepared for pushback.
Would it work? Am I going to have to be like a policeman with the phones? What if a kid says no?
But everyone's in agreement it's made a night and day difference.
It's really helped the sense of community come back.
Instead of grabbing their phones during downtime, they're talking to their peers.
I'm asking about soccer games. They're asking about my softball, and I'm like, this is new, this is different.
I'll be walking down the hall and I'll see 5 people and give them high fives and be like, hey, how's your day going?
It's different.
Chad Bloxham has been a teacher at Meridian High for 18 years.
You've kind of really seen this evolution of the cell phones.
Yeah, so when I started in '07, I'd say probably 1 out of every 5 kids had a cell phone. Then they started to grow and flip and do all those things.
He was also teaching during COVID.
COVID kind of was a weird time for us where we didn't have as much social interaction, so phones became a way to get that social interactions.
They say cell phones became a comfort item.
Everyone is trying all these things to get back to the old ways, but nothing was really working, and I feel like this has been the first year of school that has truly felt like school, honestly.
Even back in '07, it was, a lot of interaction, noisy classrooms. When we came back from COVID, you didn't have a lot of kids saying anything to each other. So you weren't having to tell kids to quiet down. We were having to tell kids to speak up and interact.
Today, teachers are no longer fighting for students' attention.
Do you feel like that's been beneficial?
I think so. I remember a couple years ago, teachers would ask questions and we all just sit in silence, and a lot of kids would be on their phones. But now we ask questions and there's actual discussions happening in the classrooms rather than just the awkward silence.
Are the classrooms loud now?
I was just going to say that. It feels like a stadium, like I'm at a BSU game sometimes. Just only when the kids are before break. Of course, they're not disrespectful. It's they're excited, they're talking.
Being able to bring that back.
These 3 Meridian High seniors are wishing they could have said TTYL to their phones earlier.
So it sounds like you've kind of gone through ups and downs your 4 years in high school, but you're ending on a high.
Yes. Definitely.
I know, I just wish this had happened my freshman year.
The West Ada School District left it up to individual schools on whether or not they'll allow students to use their phones during breaks, which Meridian High does allow. We also checked in with Twin Falls School District, who also started the year with a cell phone ban district-wide. But for the entire days, which means not in between classes or lunch, students are not allowed to have their cell phones. The superintendent tells us leading up to the first day of school, there was some anxiousness and a little bit of pushback from students, but that quickly changed.
The kids have really settled in, and just walking through the buildings now, it's kind of remarkable to see more conversation happening between kids. When you go into the lunchroom, you're seeing kids converse more. And I think kids, although they probably all don't love the new policy, I think even they would admit that it's better, not constantly being tied to social media and texting and everything else that goes along with it.
All right, so we heard from a handful of them. Were you surprised that they're all loving it?
Yes and no. Surprised to hear that they really are accepting it and appreciate it. But then also when we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, we heard from parents well, I want to be able to talk to my kids. So I feel like the pushback was coming more from parents. But you could see that, you put some guardrails on the kids. Oh, how are they going to do this? You can't just take it away from them. They're used to it. it works.
And
they
that-
actually like it.
Yes, and that was brought up in our conversation today. The teacher told us, you know, if there's an emergency or they need to figure something out,
Right.
we let them go on it for 2 minutes
The
or
phone's
whatever.
right there.
Yes.
They can
yes.
get it if they need to.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that's interesting to hear them say that this is actually, we appreciate this, and now it's kind of like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Aspen. Good check-in.